There are 3 things I hate about this rifle, but 100 things that I absolutely love. Let's find out why. This is the Citadel LEVTAC in 357 Magnum, and it is a standout rifle that you should be adding to your collection. Now guys, this has been gifted to me by the Australian distributor, OSA Australia. Let's sight it in and see how we go. The tablets we're pumping through this little ripper are the Hornady Lever Revolution in 357 Magnum with the ballistic tip. These so far are doing the job, and I'll tell you what guys, when they hit, they got a lot of impact. Also supplied to me by OSA Australia. Safety is always so important with all firearms. On the top of the LEVTAC Citadel here, you've got the little safety switch there, which operates quite easily on and off. But a good little trick of mine that I like to do is to grab the stock firmly. Place your thumb on the hammer, gently squeeze the trigger and let the hammer up gently. That there for me is a far safer practice than relying on the safety itself. But always, never point a firearm at anything you don't intend to shoot, and whether it's loaded or not, it never gets pointed at a human being. With or without the optic, this is a sensational looking firearm. The tactical look is really cool. We get a bit of flack online from the absolute traditionalists who say a lever action should be all timber. But for me guys, this is a great addition to my collection. I love the tactical look, and this is tough and hard wearing. The synthetics are nice and light. That front rail, you've got the M-lock there for plenty of accessories. So it's something that you can really set up, work with, and it'll be right at home being thrown around in the back of a vehicle. But as if that isn't tactical enough, I do have some plans for this little baby. So wait and see what pops up in the next video. We have got a full makeover coming for the Citadel LEVTAC in 357 Magnum. I can't wait. One of the things with lever action rifles, same as pump action, but especially the Citadel with the larger ring, you've got to make sure you get a long, clean and firm throw when you're uncocking and loading. It's got a beautiful mechanism. It's smooth yet tight, and you can certainly feel it locking in when you're ready to fire. The action is fast, it's a very comfortable action, and when you get good enough at it, you'll be able to cycle off rounds without taking your eyes off the game or dropping the rifle from your shoulder. So beautiful action with the lever action there, and it's nice to have that safety as you take your finger away from the trigger and come back as opposed to a pump. Just a little bit different, and it certainly depends on your preferences. The target always tells the story. We started down in this area here at 10 meters just to find out how far out the rifle was. The optic we're using is one I had lying around. It is untested, unproven. It was actually given to me by a company who's coming in new to the industry and wanted me to do a bit of a review, test it out for them. Not a public review, but actually test it for them. So we started down in this area and slightly moved back. A couple of random shops out here, which is just my error. But once we got onto the bench up here on the bull bar, we started getting a lot more accurate and zeroing that optic right in. And I'm actually really surprised and impressed with that optic, how repeatable it was, considering it's got no magnification. So we started out here with the 7, moved into the 8, then into the 9. We had one down here low in the 9, and then back up here to the X. So for me at 60 meters, with basically a red dot optic with no magnification, anything we hit with a dinner plate size of a target is going to do the damage in the engine room, the heart, the lungs. So I'm quite happy there with that grouping in that 9 area. I reckon we've got it sighted in now. So let's actually take it out stalking have some fun, and see how the rifle shoots. The Citadel LEVTAC is based on a Model 92 lever action rifle, and this one is chambered in .357 Magnum. But they're also available in .44 Remington Magnum and in some markets .454 Casel. Instead of the traditional wooden forend, the LEVTAC 92 sports an aluminium N-lock handguard for quick, easy and secure mounting of gear like a torch, laser, bipod and other accessories. The timber rear end has also gone in favour of the synthetic buttstock, and a barrel-mounted factory Picatinny rail makes fitting an optic super easy. The internet states that the Citadel LEVTAC weighs just 3.18 kilograms, but I can tell you it actually feels much lighter. It holds 8 rounds in the magazine, but feel free to add a 9th up the spout just in case. The oversized lever loop is a throwback to frontier times when most were wearing gloves, and it's a strange inclusion on the LEVTAC considering both the timber forend and stock have been upgraded for the tactical and modern look. Current pricing in Australia sees the LEVTAC 92 at around $1,000 to $1,500, but feel free to shop around. You may even find it a little bit lower. A lever .357 Magnum may not be for everyone, but it's a calibre I didn't have, and a feel, look and handling I couldn't resist. It's definitely earned itself a spot in my gun safe. But hang around to the end to find out what 3 things I don't like about it, and how a couple of them can possibly be fixed. Size and weight are 2 things I absolutely love about this firearm. It's short with that 16.5-inch barrel, and it is just super light in this tactical setup. It's quite tough, it's quite rugged, and it's super comfortable to carry around in the scrub. Whilst this stalk sadly didn't offer up any shooting opportunities, I did take the time earlier to cycle a few rounds from the shoulder. A lot of the heroes online say don't show people how fast these levers are. Well guys, that's not bad at all. Super smooth, super easy. That's a sweet rifle to fire. As sweet and light as it is, I'm keen to add a few accessories that will really let me get the most out of the LEVTAC. So thanks to Ranger, Point Precision and Mad Dog Guns and Gear right here in Australia, we have got a full makeover coming for this Citadel LEVTAC that is going to take it from awesome to crazy sensational. So wait for that video coming soon, guys. The LEVTAC Citadel is one hell of a tough and easy to use scrub gun. Next up, I talk about the things I don't like. Oh, and hey, don't forget that threaded barrel when you're thinking of accessories. This rifle shoots so smoothly. I really do love it, guys. It is just so lightweight, and considering the size of the projectile and the ammunition, .357 Magnum, it's got minimal kick, if any at all. It's a beautiful rifle to use. The 3 things that I don't like about this rifle. The first thing is the top ejector. Now, whilst that is sticking with tradition of the old 92 Rossi and the 92 Winchester, that there can cause a little bit of grief for optics. Obviously, it's very hard to get an optic back far enough to have some magnification with a scope, unless you're getting a scope that has a huge amount of eye relief. So that's the first thing I don't like, is the top ejector. But I'm thinking that I might be able to come up with some sort of deflector system that allows me to deflect the ejected cartridge and still have an optic that comes back over that ejection port. That's the first thing. The second thing I don't like, guys, is this right here. These at the back of the breech here are razor sharp. So if you're walking around or doing any work with the rifle with that open and your hand there, you are going to cut yourself very quickly and very easily. So I'll probably pass a file over those and just take the corners off them because they are super, super sharp. The third thing that I don't like is the loading port. This is stiff, can be a little bit tricky and difficult. So when you're getting the cartridges in, it is a little bit hard to get them in. And when you get down to the last one, you sometimes need an extra cartridge just to pop it past the gate so the gate can close. But apart from that, guys, the rifle cycles beautifully. It is actually very accurate. It's a fantastic, light, usable rifle that is perfect for use in a vehicle, in the scrub. It'll be great fun on pigs, and I can't wait to do a lot more with it.